Alright, I'm going to do a part 2 on this snowblower headlight that I put together for my snapper here. And it's going to show how to do it a lot better, because I've actually done a revamp on this. And first of all, so I got my homemade LED headlight here. And it's daylight, so you can't really see that very good. And I'm going to show you how I put this all together. So, this one here is self-contained. In other words, it has its own power source. It isn't running off the engine. But I'm going to show you how to run one off the engine here in a minute. And this, in my original owner's manual, there was the option for a headlight for this unit, but the original owner didn't get it, and it doesn't show very well where they mounted it. It was somewhere here, and it had a little bracket and wire running to the engine block to power it, and it was basically just like a square halogen fog light for a car, like you put on your bumper. But this works just as good. And so the way I've mounted this is I've used some UVEX channel for those of you that are familiar with it, and I just blew the snow in my yard, so there's a little bit of stuff stuck on here. But so I've drilled through this plate here, and I've mounted the UVEX there with washers and bolts. And then what's great about UVEX is it's an adjustable channel for mounting just about anything. And there's the UVEX channel mount which is one of the conduit mounts. So I've used this piece of tubing to go right through it and bolted that down to hold it really good. Then I got, to hold the headlight itself, so that goes over this tubing, I got this old, this is a recycled handlebar mount off an old ATV, but you could use just about anything. Use your imagination. That holds this light unit, and that's bolted through the bottom. This light unit is nothing more than an electrical outlet box you could buy at your grocery or hardware store. And then I've taken some clear polyplastic and made a lens for it, and I bolted that right into the outlet box mount. And then I've used waterproof epoxy all around it to close the whole thing and make it waterproof. The battery compartment, this is a little project box that's bolted into the outlet box on the inside. And this holds a 9-volt battery. And then to run it all, it's just this toggle switch, which actually has a little waterproof boot on it. But that's up to you. If you you can use the toggle switch out in the open. Just put a little bit of WD-40 on it. Keep her going. And there's the whole unit. And when I've mounted this, I slightly angled it down, so in front of the snowblower it gets a nice dispersion in front of the unit and on the snow around me, and I can see really super good. And I'll show you how the original headlight was mounted, and I got it all rigged up because I might add another light, which is this LED that I've recycled out of an old light. And I don't know about your snowblower, but this one I tested the voltage on my meter, and it was 17 volts direct current. So you're gonna have to mount something that's appropriate that won't burn out. The trick would be to go a little bit over, like 20 or 24 volts. And that way it'll run safely without heating up too much and burning out. Okay, so I've already ran the electrical line for the way they want to do it. Let's see if I can show this. And there's a wire that hangs out right here out of this coil. And there's just one wire. Then your other wire mounts right to the block right there. And so you have a common, and then you have a hot. So the hot's out of the coil, common goes to the block. And I've taped it all up and got it waterproof and ran it up this post here. I put these wire nuts on it, so I'm all ready for another headlight option. And I just fired this up and tested that little LED I showed you, and it works great. It's just red, not white light, but it's very bright. There's 4 very bright LEDs on there. So I'm not sure where I'll mount that. Maybe I'll make a headlight for it. Maybe I'll just waterproof the unit and mount it somewhere so I have more light. I think it'd be really cool to mount it inside of this chute up here on the roof. So this is illuminated for safety. I work strange hours, so I have to plow at strange hours. I hope I don't piss off my neighbors too much, but you know, it is what it is. And in other words, I have to plow after dark a lot. And I got cars whizzing up and down this road, and I really don't want to get hit. Because you have to, when you, blowing snow ain't like plowing snow. You gotta go into the road a little bit so you can overlap your cuts and get everything cleaned out really good. So you're in and out of the road a little bit, and I really don't want to get hit. And I strongly advise you use something, not just for your own vision, but something for safety so somebody can see you. My snowblower here, I got lots of hazard tape, and on both sides of the chute, if I can get the snow and ice off, there's reflectors, so no matter what angle the machine's at, I got some kind of reflective surface for them to see. And there's reflectors on the sides of the end chute and what have you. So, yeah. I'll give you another good look at this headlight. And that's another thing. I got it coming out a little bit of this, these handlebars so that it can shine better. You know, if I had it right here, it's going to just have to shine through the whole machine and then try to light up what it can, but over here it can shine right to its target, which is the area right in front of me. Here, I'll show you this unit from behind here. And that's what it looks like from behind. And you can see what I'm talking about now. It's got a good field of view to shine in front of me. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe. Please click like.